Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of 10th C, Assalamu alaikum. I am your teacher Muhammad Ilyas. Dear students, this is our 7th interaction regarding chemistry for Cambridge. The today's topic is water, which is from your book Chemistry for Cambridge, chapter number 14, and according to CI syllabus, topic number 10.2. The objectives for our today's session are as follows. The students will be able to understand the water from natural sources containing a variety of dissolved substances naturally occurring like mineral salts, oxygen and organic matter. The pollutants like the metal compounds, sewage, nitrates from fertilizers, phosphates from fertilizers, detergents, and harmful microbes. Dear students, we will also focus on the environmental effects of the dissolved substances named in the part 1, the benefits of oxygen and mineral salts for aquatic life, and the side effects of the pollutants like eutrophication. Thirdly, we will focus on the purification of the water supply in terms of filtration to remove the solids and the use of the carbon to remove taste and odors, chlorination to disinfect the water to remove the harmful microbes, and then we will focus on the how we can make the seawater as a drinkable water by desalination. So these are our objectives for today's learning. So dear students, I am going to start from this slide. You can see a very much natural water. Natural water is very important for us. Natural pure water is very important for us because as you know, all the organisms including the human beings are made up of 70 to 80% water. And besides the water, we also need some minerals like iron, calcium, copper, fluoride, sodium, magnesium, and zinc. These minerals must be present in the drinkable water so that we can live a healthy and happy life. Beside these minerals, I have selected some other essential minerals with their benefits. You can see the bicarbonates. These must be present 600 milligram per liter of water, and they can help to maintain the acid-base balance in the digestive system. Sulfate 200 milligram per liter, and it is very helpful for controlling the constipation, enhancing the functioning of the digestive system. Chlorinated water means chlorine must be present in the water, and it helps to in the digestive process. And secondly, it is very important for the disinfectant of the water from the microbes. 200 milligram of chlorine must be present in the water. Calcium 150 milligram per liter is required, and it helps to strengthen the bones and the muscles. Magnesium 50 milligram per liter is required, and it assists in relaxing the muscles. So we have focused on some important minerals which must be present in the water and their benefits. Now we are going to focus on the importance of oxygen, especially in the water. Oxygen contents must be present in the water. This is very, very important for the aquatic life, like fish. Oxygen is measured in ppm. ppm means parts per million dissolved oxygen. You can see with the help of this diagram, you can easily evaluate that how much ppm are required for the aquatic life. 5 less than 5 ppm is very harmful for the aquatic life, and above this is very helpful for the aquatic life. You can see above 5 ppm of dissolved oxygen is very helpful for the growth of the fish in the water. So oxygen is of great importance. How oxygen dissolve in the water? By three ways. Number one, the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, the aquatic plants which are present in the water, as the name is showing, that they do the process of photosynthesis and increasing the level of oxygen in the water. Secondly, oxygen is diffused into the water from the atmosphere, and thirdly, by the wind cycling. The wind cycling is of great importance to dissolve the oxygen in the water. So by these three ways, oxygen is dissolved in the water. Now come to the very important point, and that is water pollution. As you know, students, what is water pollution? Any substance, either physical, chemical, or biological, which is present in the water and has adverse effect on the life, that is called the water pollution, and such substances are called pollutants. Here is a list of some major pollutants. Microorganisms, they are present in the domestic sewage, domestic wastewater, and dung heap. Organic wastes, domestic sewage, animal excretions, food processing factories waste, detergents, and decayed animals in the plants. Plant nutrients, chemical fertilizers like the nitrates or phosphates from the fertilizers are very harmful for the life. Heavy metals, heavy metal producing factories, sediments, soil erosion by agriculture and strip mining. Pesticides, chemicals used for killing insects, fungi, and the weeds. Radioactive substances, mining of uranium, coating minerals, and heat. Water used for cooling in industries. So these are the major pollutants, and I have discussed also the sources of these pollutants. First of all, we are going to talk about the heavy metals and their effects. Dear students, these are some of the heavy metals which are released from the factories as a waste. It include arsenic, cadmium, lead, copper, mercury, and chromium. And on the sides of each of these heavy metal, list of the organs of the human body which are affected by these heavy metals. Specifically, the cardiovascular problem and nervous problems and skin problems are very common with these heavy metals. So you can understand how much dangerous are all these heavy metals for the life. Now, dear students, we are focusing on the effects of sewage discharge. The sewage discharge, which is discharged directly into the water, like rivers or lakes, microbes consumes a lot of oxygen after biodegradation of organic matter, causing decline in dissolved oxygen, and this results in mortality of the fish and other aquatic creatures. It causes excessive growth of planktonic algae and algal bloom, and this algal bloom can be toxic to human and animals, and it's impart distinct color to water bodies. And these are the effects related to the sewage. The algal bloom, which is also called the eutrophication, involves these 5 steps which we are going to discuss how eutrophication is done. First of all, the nutrients load up. Excessive nutrients from the fertilizers are flushed from the land into the rivers or lakes by rainwater. Plant flourish. These pollutants causes aquatic plant growth of algae, duckweeds, and other plants. Algae blooms, oxygen is depleted. Algae blooms, preventing sunlight reaching the other plants, and the plants die and oxygen in the water is depleted. Fourthly, the decomposition further depletes oxygen. Dead plants are broken down by bacteria, the decomposers, using up even more oxygen in the water. And lastly, the death of the ecosystem. Oxygen levels reach a point where no life is possible. Fish and other organisms die. So this is how eutrophication is very dangerous for the life, and this is because of the nutrients, specifically the fertilizers, nitrates and phosphate